Hi guys, and welcome back to my house. My name is Sage, for those of you who don't know me, and I do organizing and cooking videos here on my channel, The Organized Country Girl. If you think that you would like to watch something like this, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. In today's video, we're going to be doing a delicious and filling shepherd's pie. A really good meal to stretch a buck, feed a lot of people, and use what you have already in your fridge or your pantry. So the first thing I do is I put my oven on a 400-degree preheat, and I set some potatoes to boil for mashed potatoes, because we're actually going to top it with mashed potatoes before we stick it in the oven. I made sure that I salted my potato water because that's gonna help give the potatoes a flavor more than what we're gonna add to it later. And then here I have my ground beef browning. If you can use ground lamb, ground pork, ground turkey, whatever it is that you like, ground sausage. I happen to like ground beef, so that's what I'm using. And I'm just gonna make sure that I break it up. So for starters, while the meat is starting to get kind of brown, but there's still some liquid in it, I'm going to add my spices. And I'm going to do that because that liquid is going to kind of help meld all the spices and kind of soak it into the meat. And if my meat gets too dry, I don't want it dry, I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. But I'm going to start off with a packet of ranch dressing. It's just, I don't know if you can see that. It's just dry ranch dressing. And I just add the whole packet right on in there. Ooh, hot spatula. And then I'm going to add Lowry's garlic salt. Lowry's garlic salt is my favorite garlic salt, by the way. But you can add whatever garlic salt you got. Add plenty of that in there. I'm going to add black pepper. And I'm not going to be stingy with it. I'm just going to let this cook. So one of the awesome things about shepherd's pie is that you can use up small things in your kitchen to stretch that buck. Like if you only have a little bit of meat, it's fine. And if you're trying to feed a lot of people, because you're adding a lot of starch, those potatoes are gonna fill. They're gonna fill the insides of you. If you only have a little bit of vegetables, it's okay. Throw one in here if you have leftovers from the night before that. It's gonna fit into it. And because you can add any kind of flavoring you want to this meat, you can totally change up shepherd's pie. I added ranch. You can add taco seasoning. You can add, like, what is it, the Indian curry flavoring. You could add Asian flavors to it. You could add different kind of soups to it. Like one of my favorite YouTubers, Kimmy from She's in Her Apron, I love her. She uses tomato soup in hers. Completely different than how I make mine. It looks really good. And that's what I'm saying. Every version of this that I've tried, I've liked. So don't be afraid to play around with it even. So I'm gonna add a little bit more water to this because it's getting a little dry and I want it wet. I want there to be like a little bit of gravy to it by the time it's done cooking. I don't want it to be completely dry. You want it to be a little bit wet. Let's go over some of the other ingredients that we're going to use in this. Other than my mashed potatoes that are boiling up, we're going to add some green beans. I'm using French style. You can add any vegetable you want. Frozen, mixed vegetables, fresh, whatever. I mean, you can literally add whatever vegetable you want to this. It's going to taste good. I like green beans because that's how I was taught. The original recipe that I was fed on was like this, so that's how I like it. So that's what I'm using. Now, to the mashed potatoes, that when they're done, I'm not going to just make mashed potatoes. Obviously, you're going to add butter, and I'm going to add cream, heavy whipping cream, a little bit of that to there because I like it. But I'm also going to add cheese and cream cheese. Cream cheese just makes it super rich. It's like this rich little extra goodness in there. You don't have to add this. It's not traditional to it, but trust me, it is good in there. And another thing I'm going to use is I'm going to add cheese. Now, most people will just add plain cheddar. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Just plain cheddar cheese is bomb. And normally they just add it to the top, not to the mashed potatoes. But I add it to the potatoes because that just gives it a little bing bing. But anyway, so I'm going to add cheddar today, but I'm also going to add my secret ingredient, smoked cheese. It doesn't matter what kind of smoked cheese. I love smoked Gruyere in it. I love smoked cheddar, which is what this is, because there's something about that smoky flavor in cheese that gives those mashed potatoes just this little extra oomph. This little extra, like what is that? What is this that I'm tasting? You're gonna like it. Do you need to buy it? Do you have to make it good? No, you can completely omit this and it's still gonna be a good dinner. It's still be a filling, delicious meal. But trust me, you wanna try adding some smoked cheese. You will not regret it. You will thank me for it. You will go to these comment boxes and you will tell me, thank you honey, because this is good. I'm telling you it's super good. So anyways, I'm gonna get this stuff ready while I'm waiting for all this to get done. Okay, so my meat is pretty much done, and I'm gonna add the green beans to it because it's almost ready, and I want them to heat through before I add them to the casserole. So I'm just gonna drain them, so I'm just gonna add them right in. I have my heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna add about half a cup, 3/4 of a cup. Just enough to give it a little bit of extra moisture, you know? Also, while the mixture is still a little bit moist, I'm gonna flavor it with some pepper. And I'm also gonna use some seasoning salt, because I think it just needs a pinch more salt to it. And then I'm gonna give it a vigorous stir and smoosh. And then I'm going to add some butter. And this would be however much you like is what you're going to add. I happen to really be fond of butter and mashed potatoes, so I'm going to add a lot. So I have here my regular sharp cheddar cheese, but you can use any cheddar. If you have a mild, that's fine. And then here I have my smoked cheddar cheese, and this is the good stuff. This is the money right here. That's the best part. If all you have is cheddar, that's fine. But I'm telling you, go ahead and try some smoked cheese. It's so worth it. It's a couple extra bucks, but it's good though. We're gonna add cream cheese. Now I've had this sitting out so that it's room temperature so it melts faster and mixes faster. And I'm just gonna chop it up, mix her in there. And I'm telling you, it gives it like this little extra rich goodness. So I have here my baking dish. And I'm just gonna butter the inside of it. Meat mixture to the bottom. And then I'm going to add some mashed potatoes to the top. And one of the reasons you want that meat mixture to be a little bit moist is because A, it's going to act like a gravy for the mashed potatoes, and B, it's going to keep that meat from getting dried out, because we're going to put this in the oven until the top gets a little bit brown. So I'm just going to add that right on in. And I'm going to check it in about 30 minutes. So I have a tip for you guys. Shepherd's pie is super easy to make into a freezer meal. It's really simple to just double a recipe, or how I did, I cut it in half because there's only 2 of us, but it makes it easy to have a quick go-to meal on a busy day. It stretches a buck and you can totally change it up. I'm gonna add some Indian spice here, this butter chicken spice that I get from Costco, to kind of change up the flavor for the next one that I pull out of the freezer, but it's so delicious. I hope you give it a try. Well, I'm done making a mess. I gotta go clean this mess now because I have it everywhere. I'm really good at making really big messes. Ask my roommate. But anyways, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please hit that subscribe button. And if you wouldn't mind sharing the recipe with somebody who just might make it for you, then please hit that share button. Well anyways, thanks for stopping by my house. I'll see you next time. They're so good, Daisy. You don't know what you're missing out on human food. Mine.